Hi, good afternoon parents. I'm Priyanka Khandelwal Gupta, founder of Progressive Ed School in Pune. Firstly, thank you so much for all the likes, comments, shares of my last video, which was on how to select the right board for your child. We crossed around 90,000 views on that video, which is amazing. So I didn't expect that, but thank you so much. Now that brings me to the next logical question on how do I select the right school for my child? Once I've shortlisted the board, what about school? Because you generally have a lot of options available. So how do you decide that one CBSE school is better than the other, or any other board for that matter? So I'm trying to explain this as well as I can. Some of you might get surprised by the simplicity of the answer, but yes, that's what I feel it is. Firstly, there are a lot of blogs available online. There's a lot of information available online, which is very good. So I would suggest you go through them. So I'm not going to repeat the points that are mentioned in those blogs. I'm just going to focus on one point to which I'll come to. Now, let's start with how do schools generally, the big schools I'm talking about, as in standard 1 and above, the real school, how do they differentiate among each other? So it would be infrastructure, it would be the kind of facilities that they have in school, the kind of extracurricular activities that they have in school, because if it is CBSE, the methodology is given. You have to use that and impart that kind of learning to the child. So, but the way you do it is the key. Now, apart from that, your infrastructure, your extracurricular activities, they'll give you a list of things that we have 20 after school activities, sorry, not after school, extracurricular activities. We have 15 extracurricular activities. Now, logically, your child has to select 2 out of those 20, right? So don't go by those numbers, it doesn't matter. Even if you're having 20, 30, 40, that doesn't mean that the school which has more extracurricular activities is better than the other. No, that's not the case. Why? Say if a school says that I have 10 activities, the other one says that yes, I have those 10 plus 5 plus a swimming pool. Now let's take the example of a swimming pool. If a school has a swimming pool, the child will be using the swimming pool for about 3 to 4 months in a year, because when it's raining you can't use it, when it's winters you can't use it unless you have a temperature controlled one, which is very fancy. Or so basically you're left with the summers when you're using. Summers has exams and summer vacation. So roughly 3 months is what I would just state for an example. Now in those 3 months he will have 8 swimming lessons per month. There will be 1 or maybe 2 coaches. There will be 30 kids or 40 kids in a batch. Now, what is the probability of your child actually learning swimming in school? It's yes, some might learn, but what about excelling? Can a child become a champion learning swimming in school, or karate, or drawing, or music, or speech and drama, anything? Only school cannot do it, and it's not the school's fault. Why? Because they only have 7 to 8 hours that they spend with the child. They have to work on the academics, plus the extracurricular activities, plus mandatory sports, plus MUN. It's so many activities you have to do in 7 to 8 hours. It is humanly not possible to make a child an expert in any 2 or 3 of these also. I'm not even saying all. So what's the point of counting the number of extracurricular activities, counting the kind of infrastructure that's there? There is no end to this competition. One school might have a football court, the other one might make a world-class rooftop football court, the other one may say we have 3 football courts. So there's no end to it. So I won't really select a school based on these things. What really matters in a school are the teachers. Simply put, like my father who's a mathematician, and he's been teaching math for the last 40 years, and I didn't understand the meaning of the statement maybe that time so much when I was young, but now day in and day out I realize the importance of this particular statement, that is, if a teacher is great, अगर teacher अच्छा है तो वो पेड़ के नीचे भी बच्चे को पढ़ाए तो वो बच्चा तर जाएगा. Of course it's a two-way thing, every child is different, but yes, the key to education are teachers. So I would rather focus on the kind of teachers that are there in school. Now when we look at bigger schools where there are 1,000, 2,000, 4,000 kids also, the number of teachers that they need would be in hundreds. How many awesome teachers can you find at a time? 500 awesome teachers can you find? Difficult. Now, out of 500, there would be 20 or 30% awesome teachers. Now, what is the probability of your child getting one of those awesome teachers every single year? You can calculate. It's lesser. It's not in your control. So, the key is teachers. I would look at the teacher's happiness quotient in a school, because if they are motivated enough, if they are happy, if they are enthusiastic, it will reflect in the way they teach. Also, of course, their subject matter knowledge, their experience, and basically that enthusiasm and that connect with the children is important. But when you look at again schools after standard 1, these things are not in your control. Me being in the education sector, yes, I may know what's happening in the other schools, and we have a circle, we have a network, so we kind of know, but you can never know about any school, the inside story, so there's no control over it. So my point is, why stress so much, right? Just look for a school which is around your locality so that the commute time of the child is lesser. So he reaches school fresh, he spends good time there. Look for the basics there, the safety and security measures, the procedures and policies that are being implemented. Of course, school reviews. So the parents who are in the school, they are the best people who can tell you, how they are feeling. But again, reviews can be deceptive, because if I am one annoyed parent for whatever reasons, that doesn't imply that the whole school is not good. So you have to be, smart enough when you're selecting. I would say just look at the basics. As long as the basics are fine, it is comfortable for you and your child, go for the school. Anyway, if your child has to excel in something, you have to work hard with the child. You as a parent have to work, the teachers have to work, you have to find the right coaches. So for example, if my son is great at chess, if I feel that he's not great, but he's having interest in chess, I'm going to look for an amazing chess coach and try to find him the right coaching, and he will help out, and of course I have to spend also that much time and energy with him. So schools can give you exposure, that's their job, yes, but they cannot ensure that every child becomes the best in whatever the child is good at. So exposure, experimentation is what you do in school. You identify the child's skill and interest and talent, and then focus, narrow down. Don't run after 10 things at the same time, it will never work. Focus on 2 to 3 things at the same time and start working on it. And with age, child's interest will change, a lot of things will change. But we as parents need to be aware, we need to work with the teachers together. It's a joint effort. A teacher in silos cannot do great work with kids, a parent in silos cannot do great work with kids. So it's a joint effort. So the whole point is, look for convenience, look for safety, security, the vibes that you generally as a parent get about a place, whether you can trust the people who are working there. Basics, if they are in place, you are good to go. Do not stress so much on, oh my god, this particular school, that particular school. No. All that matters are teachers, parents and children. Everybody is different. You have to deal with different problems in different ways. So the whole frenzy of getting admissions in this particular school and the whole queuing up of things, let's mellow it down a little bit. Let's become a little more logical, think about it logically, and then take the decisions. I hope this simple solution works for you. I hope you're convinced with it that it makes sense, and I hope it helps your child in his education journey. Thank you so much.